Hey y'all, it's your girl Leah and I'm back with another video. And you know I got my wine, so I'm back for another story time.
I'm the highest in the room. Hope I make it out of here. Ain't stressing about the loot.
Alright y'all, so let's get straight into the story time. I think I'm gonna title the story time The Truck Driver from Hell. Y'all, this story time actually has a little plot twist in it. So let's just get straight into it, okay? So for the sake of this video, I'm gonna name my homegirl Bree. So me and Bree had went out one night. She had posted me or whatever, and of course, you know, like guys are so thirsty when you out with your friends or whatever to be like, oh, who's that? So y'all, she leans over to me while we're out or whatever. She's like, girl, my man friend want to talk to you. Like, I think y'all would be like cute together or whatever. So I'm like, oh, show me him. So she shows me. I'm like, okay, he look alright, okay, whatever, like put me on. So y'all, she does just that or whatever. He ends up texting me that same night. I'm like, damn, like this boy moved quick. So I didn't respond only because I have been out, like I'm you know, been drinking, and I wanted things to be like, you know, like very formal. Like I didn't want to be drunk texting him. I don't even know him. So like I just wasn't trying to get that. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna just text him tomorrow. Like I wasn't really tripping off, you know, texting him that day. So, but y'all, like Bree was like pressing me out, like, oh, text him back. He said text him back. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, girl, what the hell? Like, what are you, his assistant? Calm down. I'm like, no, I'm gonna text him tomorrow. Like, I'm having a good time. I'm not really trying to be on my phone right now. And it's not the right mood to be, you know, talking to somebody new. No. So I'm like, girl, chill. Like, I will text him tomorrow. I promise. Like, tell him I'll text him tomorrow. Like, it's not that deep. So y'all, literally, I enjoy the rest of my night. I wake up in the morning and y'all, Bree is still on my line. Did you text him back yet? I'm like, girl, what is it about this man that you want me to text him back so bad? I'm like, no, like Bree, I didn't even freaking rub my eyes. Like, I just woke up. Like, I will text him back, chill, like relax. She's like, okay, girl, I'm just making sure because like I said, I think y'all will really like be very cute together. And y'all, I ain't even gonna lie, like I wouldn't say I was freshly single. Like I wasn't single. You know how like you freshly single, but you want a relationship, but you like, I kind of like being alone a little bit. So that's where I was at. So I was like, do I really want to text him back and like get myself involved with somebody right now? Or do I just, you know, that's just the type of vibe I'm in. I'm like, but it don't hurt to like be dating. You get what I'm saying? Like, not everybody you meet you need to take serious, like, you get what I'm saying? So that's where my mindset was. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I text them back or whatever, and y'all, it was cool. Like, we talked. He's telling me about himself, he's asking me about myself, and we're just getting to know each other, y'all. Then he let me know that he was a truck driver, and honestly, I never really heard good things about truck drivers. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, this is somebody I would never take serious. Like, I never heard good things about men who drive trucks, like never. So y'all, he's telling me like he's always on the road, like he's explaining his job more and more to me, like how often he comes home and stuff like that. And I don't really got, you know, I'm just texting back, but I'm just like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, but in reality, in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, you can't be my man, because that is giving long distance, and I like my man to be home. I like to know where my man is. I don't like my mind racing at night. I just don't like it. So y'all, we still was conversating and stuff like that, and Bree was really getting on my nerves because she will always try to like be in the business and be like, okay, so how's things going with y'all? And I'm like, girl, it's only like week 2. Like, how much can it go? Like, how far can we be going? It's only week 2. Like, we're not moving that fast or whatever. But as time went on, me and him started like getting really comfortable with each other. Like, we started being on the phone and stuff like that, like just talking. We wouldn't let a day go by without like either, you know, texting or being on the phone type thing. So we started getting closer, and I just realized that like he was like trying, like liking me more than I was liking him. Like, you just because you're not around somebody all the time, you kind of like still feel like you kind of like they fall into your routine. And I could see that like it was like falling into like his routine, like talking to me. So when I wouldn't answer y'all, it would like irritate him, and he would be like, dang, what was you doing? Like, he was too busy to answer the phone for me, huh? And it would be like very aggressive, and I would just be like, well, I have a life. And I wouldn't say I'm like, I want to say I'm shallow, but it's just like I don't do well with people doing too much. Like, calm down, it's not that serious, especially like if we're just like getting to know each other. It's like, you're not my man, like, calm down. And sometimes that can come off like I'm being rude or I don't like you. And it's not that I don't like him, I just don't like the aggressive energy. Like, you need to relax. So, y'all, like I said, it fell into the routine of like us talking and stuff like that. But I was, around this time, I was hanging out with my other friends a lot more. And I was like, I don't like being on the phone. Like, I don't like having the phone to my ear, especially when I'm around my friends, because one, they be having their own conversations, and I don't want nobody trying to figure out what my friends got going on. And I don't like sitting on the phone while I'm with my friends. And I'm enjoying myself, like, you get what I'm saying? So, and I'm one of those people, like, I love to be in the house. So if I'm outside, I'm outside. Like, I'm outside to have a ball. I'm not outside to be on my phone and having a ball at the same time, because one of the other gotta go, okay? And mainly it's gonna be that phone. So, y'all, he just, I don't know, it was giving too much for me. And he would just be like, oh, why you didn't answer the phone and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, well, I was out with my friends, like, I'm chilling, I'm vibing. He was like, okay, you could have answered and be like, I'm chilling. Mind y'all, I'm like, I don't have to do that, you're not my man. But me, because I'm so understanding and I try to understand the other person's feelings, I'm like, you know what, you're right. So next time I will definitely do that, knowing in the back of my mind I wasn't gonna do that. Like, so, y'all, New Year's was coming up or whatever, and me and my best friend, we will always spend New Year's together. Now, my best friend is a guy, so every year we will always spend New Year's together. He will invite his friends or whatever, and I will always end up the only girl. Like, I don't know why, it just always ends up happening like that. And they always play too much. Like, it always gave like they are my big brothers. So, like, he will invite his friends or his cousins and stuff like that, but they like my big brothers. And like, when your little sister or something, or if you are a little sister or you are the big brother, y'all, you be playing too much. So me knowing that how he is or whatever, I just wasn't trying to, and I just wasn't trying to get him to call my phone that night or whatever. Y'all, it is New Year's. I'm out with my best friend. I'm out with his cousins and all of that. We're all in the car. And my best friend had this thing, and y'all probably know, every time I would answer the phone, my best friend would be like, can I get an oh yeah in the background? And that would literally like set shit off. Like, either you're the jokey type and you're gonna laugh, or you're the serious type and you're not gonna find that shit funny. And Tyler was not that jokey. Like, he was not with the jokey. So I'm like, he starts calling me while I'm out with them or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not answering the phone because I'm not about to deal with this. He already be questioning me why I don't be answering the phone, all of that. So I didn't answer the phone. Mind y'all, he started texting me like, oh, you're not answering the phone on New Year's, that's weird, and all that. And I'm like, no, I'm out right now, whatever. He was like, I just want to hear your voice. And I'm just like, okay, like, give me like an hour or so, like, so we could talk. He was like, nah, forget it. So y'all, when he said nah, forget it, I enjoyed the rest of my night, because one, I'm not your girlfriend and you're not my man. And I'm like, we ain't never had no conversation about us talking or potentially being anything. I'm chilling. Like, it's a cool little vibe. Like, it's really not that deep. So I went on with my night, y'all. And when I ended up getting back in the house at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I went straight to bed. Like, I was tired. tired. Y'all, when I woke up the next day, I woke up to like 5 back-to-back messages like, oh, that's fucked up. You said you was gonna call me within an hour. You never called me. That's that weird shit I be talking about. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, boy is crazy. Boy is psycho, okay? Like, what the is wrong with you? So I'm like, nah, it definitely wasn't like that. Like, it definitely was a long night. It was music playing. Like, I just didn't have the time to talk to you or whatever. But like, I understand where you're coming from, because I did say that I was gonna, call you within an hour. So that is my fault. Mind you, I'm waking up, I'm being super apologetic, but honestly, I didn't feel like I needed to apologize to him, but I did it anyways. So then I just end up switching the subject, and I'm like, well, what you doing today? And he was just like, oh, I'm going to Yard House. Y'all, that is my favorite restaurant, and honestly, I think that he put me on. So I'm like, you going to Yard House? I've always wanted to go there. Like, can I go? Like, I want to come. So he was like, I was going to invite you anyways, but yes, let's go. So I'm like, okay, we could just meet there or whatever. So he gives me a time to meet him at the Yard House. And y'all, I ends up calling Bree. I'm like, oh, like, just giving her a rundown. Like, we just catching up on normal, like, girl talk or whatever. And I'm talking to Bree, and we're just having casual conversation. And of course, she brings up Tyler. She was like, okay, how are you and the bro doing? I'm like, oh, it's cool. Like, we just cool. Like, we just be talking, we chilling or whatever. She was like, okay, like, is it giving, like, relationship? I'm like, no, we don't talk about stuff like that. Like, we be on the phone, we be chilling, and that's that. Like, it don't be nothing too serious. I don't really see him due to his job and stuff like that. But we're supposed to link up as we speak. Like, I'm getting ready to go link up with him or whatever. So she's like, okay, I like that. I'm like, like, shit is cool. Like, it is what it is. So she was like, do you think that, you could see him in your future? I'm like, Bree, you're asking me shit about a person that I don't even fucking see. Like, I'm like, let's be realistic. And one thing about it, I hate when people are just not realistic. Like, why would I see myself with somebody that I'm barely seeing? Like, it's giving ghost. Like, all I do is talk to him on the phone and text him because he's never in town. But I'm finally about to be around him, y'all. So I'm like, all right, Brie, I'm gonna call you back later, because she started to get on my nerves. Like, so I'm like, I'm gonna call you back, girl. So y'all, I ends up headed to the Yard House, and y'all, when I get in there, he give me a nice little big old hug or whatever, and it was cool. Like, I'm like, okay. But I could just tell, like, I'm very much an energy person, especially when first meeting people. Your first, like, initial meetup with me and your energy is off, 9 out of 10 you won't see me again. I'm sorry. But the energy was very weird. Like, I don't know. It wasn't like OD weird, but it was like, something's off. But we end up, like, when we go in or whatever, he's like walking to the bar, and I'm like, you want to sit at the bar? He was like, yeah, that's what I do when I go out. I like sitting at the bar. And it was like, he had a little attitude. So I'm like, okay, like, my bad or whatever, okay, it's fine, we can sit at the bar. So we sit at the bar, y'all, and we're just having like a conversation. Like, we're just talking. It was cool. So the bartender ends up coming over or whatever, and she was like, oh my god, your skin is so beautiful. Like, what do you use for your skin? And y'all, me and her are just like chopping it up. Like, we're just having girl talk. And y'all, this man gets to like tapping his hand on the bar, like, as I'm speaking to her, as if like, hurry the fuck up, hurry this shit up or whatever. And I kept going on with my conversation, because who the fuck are you? So me and her just talking. We're just having like, and honestly, like, we just haven't, if you've ever sat at the bar, that's what bartenders do. They talk to everybody. Like, that's just what they do. He gets to tapping on the bar. He was like, can I order a drink? Hella rude, y'all. So I look at him and I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't even get to look at the menu or whatever. He was like, I mean, because you've been talking to her the whole time. Somebody's a little jealous. Like, is it that deep? And we wasn't even talking that long. Like, that's the crazy part. So he ends up putting his order in for a drink. And I'm like, girl, do you have anything strong? Like, what you got? Give it to me. Whatever you can make it for me. So she's like, okay, I got you, girl, whatever. And y'all, she brings the drink back. And we're drinking and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, how you like your drink? He's like, I mean, it's all right. I mean, it seemed like she left out the liquor. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, he just too much. So she comes back because honestly, I was like, okay, I told her like, you know, make sure it's strong or whatever. She's like, do you like it? Is it good? I'm like, I like my drink. He said it's not that strong or whatever. And he was like, yeah, it's really not that strong. So she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I could add a shot or whatever. He was like, I mean, nah, it's good. It's cool. Why the fuck is you so rude? Like, I'm like, dang, like, this boy got bad energy. So I'm like, what's up with you? Like, what's going on? So he was like, nah, I mean, can I talk to you? I'm like, yeah, we could talk. What's up? So he was like, I gotta ask you a question. I want you to keep it 100 with me. I'm like, okay, cool. He was like, do you like me? Or like, what you trying to get out of this? I'm like, we're just friends, I guess. Like, we cool. He was like, we cool, like we just cool. I'm like, I don't see you, I don't hang out with you, like this is our first time going out. Like, what else are we supposed to be? He was like, I mean, we talk every day, all of this, that, and the third. Like, just, I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, you don't put in the effort, I don't put in the effort. That's not how I operate. So he was just like, okay, whatever. But I got another question for you. So I'm like, okay, like, put it on the table. So the girl ends up walking over, the bartender. She's like, oh, do y'all want to put in food? He was like, not right now. Not right now. Come back. So I'm like, what the is wrong with him? Like, why he got all this attitude where I'm like, chill, like, relax, like, she's just doing her job. What's the problem? He's like, nah, because I'm not gonna lie, like, your response just kind of threw me off a little bit. But like I said, I got a question. I'm like, okay, sure, but can you like take some of that stain out of your voice? Like, can you calm down a little bit? Like, I don't like how aggressive you are right now. So he was like, nah, I'm not trying to come off aggressive or whatever, but yeah, I was just told some shit like, you know, you was out with another nigga. So I'm like, when? So he was like, oh, for New Year's, and that's why you didn't call me. In my mind, y'all, at the time when he asked me the question, because his energy was so high, the tone was too loud, everything, it never registered in my head that the only person who could have told him about me being out was Brie. I didn't click then, it clicked later. So I'm like, when was I out? Like, he was like, on New Year's. I'm like, okay, yes, I was out with my best friend and his cousin. They're literally like big brothers to me. I hang with them every New Year's. Like, that's just something that I've been doing for years. So he was like, so you couldn't tell me that? I'm like, no, I didn't feel like I needed to check in with you on who I'm hanging out with. Like, that's not how I'm a grown woman. I can do whatever I want to do. So he was like, I'm not saying you're not grown. I'm just saying you couldn't have told me like you're out with your guy best friend and then doing this. I'm like, that's how I know you don't know me. Like, you don't know nothing about my life. Like, you don't know nothing. You don't ask enough questions to be my man. So for you to be asking me like, do I see you in my future? You clearly don't know enough about me for me to see you in my future. So y'all, it was like his energy was so high and I was just really annoyed. Like, I was so thrown off. So I ended up calling the bartender over to kind of like break the ice so I could put in an order for my food. He put in an order for his food and stuff like that. And in the midst of me eating or whatever, I just thought about it. I was like, wait, how did you know that I was out with like a guy? He was like, don't worry about all of that. Just know I know shit or whatever. He was like, this not the first time that you was out with them and stuff like that. And I'm like, what? Like, how do you know these things? Now, mind y'all, he did not follow me on any of my social medias. So, and on New Year's, I didn't post at all. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, what the? And I'm like, he can't know anybody that I'm with. And I don't know if I'm slow or what. But in my mind, like, Bree just never came up. Like, Bree was never, like, a thought in my mind that, like, this girl be running things back to him or whatever. So, y'all, like, the tension is high. We're just eating. And it's, like, mainly, like, him just asking me, like, questions. Like, so after today, like after hanging out with me today, like would you consider us like being a thing? I'm like, no, like, no, why would I think that? And he was like, I mean, like I'm dating to marry. And I was like, yes, that's the goal. I want that for myself too. But I mean, you got to get to know somebody. We don't know each other. Clearly, you asking me about people that I'm cool with. You don't even know these people. Like, I would want you to hang out with my friends and know that it's just genuine, like, just friendships. And he was like, nah, I'm not interested in any of that. I'm like, okay, whatever. Y'all, we ends up, like, wrapping the food up or whatever, heading out or whatever. And I just give him a hug. I'm like, I'll talk to you later, whatever. He was like, yeah, I feel like you lying to me now. Like, you playing in my face. I don't think you're going to talk to me. Your energy is off. And very much so, it was off. I cannot, like, hide my poker face. I'm not one of them. So I knew that he could feel my energy, like, ew, don't even touch me. Because even when we left, I gave him a side hug, and that's not how I walked in. I didn't walk in with that energy. And he was like, I don't think that you're going to talk to me after that. I just hope that, you keep an open mind and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, whatever. Okay. Y'all, I get in the car. I'm literally on the phone with Bree, and I'm like, girl, like, your friend is weird. So I get to telling her the story. Then I sat back in the car. I'm like, hold on. He mentioned that I was out with another ninja. I never posted that I was out. He don't know none of my other friends. Mind you, this is me talking in the car, like piecing everything together while I'm on the phone with Bree. How could he have known that I was out with another guy? I just told him I was out with my friends. This girl was silent on the phone. I'm like, Bree, did you tell him that I was out, like, with my best friend? Like, how did this go? She was like, no. What happened is that he was at my place with my man or whatever, and he was trying to call you while I was around, and I just told him that you was out with your guy best friends and stuff like that. And I was like, no, like, Bree, why would you do that? That's not your place. Like, be quiet. Like, why did you feel like you had to bring up that I was out with my guy best friends? Like, you didn't, like, what? So I'm like, and like, he's trying to piece together my life. Are you telling him things about me? And she was like, I mean, when he asked me a question, I do answer it or whatever. I'm coming from a good place, like nothing weird. I would never sit up here and tell him your business. I'm like, but that's what you did. He couldn't get in contact with me. He called my phone in front of you and you told him what I was doing. I didn't even post that on social media, no nothing. Why did you do that? And she was like, you're mad about that? Like, why would you be so mad about that? I'm like, it's like, that's weird. Like, if he asks you something about me, you're willing to put my business out there on what I'm doing if I'm not answering the phone for him. What? So she was like, I don't understand why you're mad. I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding it. And that pissed me off, y'all. Like, that right there made me so mad. So I end up hanging up the phone on her. I'm like, all right, well, since you don't understand, I'll just talk to you later, because I'm quick to, nah. Because one thing about me, I don't like getting into it with my friends. Like, that's not my thing. Like, that's not what I like to do. I rather like cool off before I say something that can really like ruin our friendship or whatever. Y'all, I went about on by my day. He texts me or whatever, and I'm like, hey, I'm not cool with you asking questions to Brie about me. Like, if you want to know something about me, you can always hit my line. You can ask me. We're on the phone most of the time. I think it's very weird that you was at her house trying to figure out what I was doing because I didn't answer the phone. He was like, how the fuck is that weird? I asked her because that's your home girl, this and the third. I'm like, I don't care. Like I told her, don't share no information about me to nobody. Like, you are not my man. I'm like, that's where you have things fucked up. Like, you're not my man, and you're asking about my personal life while I'm not doing well. Like, if I'm not answering the phone for you, you're asking her, what am I doing to not answer your phone call? That's not normal. Like, y'all are weird. So he just honestly just wasn't very understanding about it. Y'all, Bree never like called me or anything to apologize about it. Like, I'm like, whatever. She ends up like texting me probably like a couple days later. It was like, you still mad? When she texted me that, I knew for a fact that like, you are not my friend. That's not nothing you text me after if I feel some type of way. Oh, you still mad? Yes, I'm mad, because why are you sharing where I'm at, what I'm doing with somebody who barely knows me? Weird, 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 weird. And yeah, I did not talk to what I name him? Tyler. I did not talk to Tyler no more. I mean, like, we were still texting, but eventually it just died off, honestly, because I was just like, I don't ever want to link with his weird ass no more. Like, he's a weirdo. He need to stay his ass on the road and find somebody that's just as crazy as him. And yeah, that's how I feel about that. But yes, that is my story time about this weird truck driver and my little weird friend who was sharing my business. But anyways, like, I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. And I want y'all to leave, let's leave the heart eye, like the little heart eyes, in the comments. And y'all already know the drill. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Let's get the views up, hype this video, y'all. Come on, support your girl, okay? Tell a friend to tell a friend, okay? All right, see y'all in my next video. Bye.